morning. My name is Jingqiu Guan. I'm a dancer, choreographer, filmmaker, and professor at Duke University. I'd like to begin today by inviting you to take part in a small experiment. Please close your eyes and pretend you're combing or brushing your hair. If you do not have any hair, you can simply rub or massage your head. Please continue to perform the same movement repetitively, but now with your eyes open. Look around and observe how other people are doing it. What do you notice? Does everyone do it the same way? Does everyone do it differently? Think about this for a moment. Even the seemingly insignificant movement of combing or brushing our hair can reveal just how profoundly our movement is influenced by our experience and bodily memories. Now, by demonstrating on your own body, please turn to the person next to you and teach them how you perform this gesture. And in turn, you're going to learn how they do their own. By embodying your new friend's movement, does it give you a glimpse into their experience? Does it teach you a little bit about them? Our movement says so much more than what we may imagine about our past, where we come from, the culture and communities that have shaped us. As a professor at Duke Dance, I teach many brilliant students who have come to study dance. Most of them consider dance as an artful way of engaging in physical exercise and to explore artistic expression. This view is surely valid, but it only encompasses a small portion of what I hope they experience during our shared time together. What if dance shows us an embodied way of knowing ourselves, a way of knowing one another? What if moving with another person holds the key for building a more caring and compassionate world? I'm going to share with you 3 examples today to illustrate the possibilities for dance that I believe can move us beyond the basic expectation of physical exercise and artistic expression. In March 2019, I went home to Chengdu in southwest of China to visit my family. I wanted to create a dance film to explore the conflicting value between the ones my family bestowed in me and the ones I learned after coming to the US. Longing to learn more about my father's stories, I decided to do something unconventional. Instead of launching into a formal interview with him, I proposed a shared dance experience. Note that in China, in my generation, parents and children are rather reserved physically. We do not express love through hugs. Moving together in close proximity is very unconventional and uncomfortable for us. So in this shared experience, I used a long red ribbon to connect my father and I. As we moved around each other, the ribbon entangling around us became tighter and messier, creating a visual representation of the convoluted, nonlinear, and oftentimes messy process of knowledge transmission and cultural inheritance. In the aftermath of this performance experience, our subsequent interview flowed effortlessly. My father opened up like never before, sharing with me his memories and stories, thoughts that he never shared with me. This simple act of dancing together not only activated his memory, but also deepened our connection and built a level of trust. I also enjoy dancing with my children. Responding to their spontaneous, irrational, and always imaginative movement allows me to see the world from their perspective. In one of my dance films titled First Dance, I sat down next to my 1-year-old son Jaden and mimicked the way he ate noodles. I moved around him, responding to his movement impulses. Whether it was with my father or with my son, dancing together allows us to experience an intimate intergenerational dialogue in transcending our boundaries. As a choreographer and filmmaker, I find myself often captivated by movement that blurs the line between life itself and artistic rendering of lived experiences. It is oftentimes through these genuine gestures of love and care that our humanity shines through. In 2021, I directed a dance film in collaboration with Black queer choreographer and activist Bernard Brown, The Weight of Sugar. In this work, the protagonist, Layla, in one of the scenes, continues to fall onto a pool of water and then rises, but only to fall again onto the ground. This choreography aims to embody the physical and psychological pain and intergenerational trauma carried by Black women. During filming, Layla's grandmother, sitting on the side observing her, suddenly started to recount her own memory growing up in Los Angeles, witnessing and confronting racial discrimination and alienation as a young Black woman. Layla's weighted motion activated her grandmother's memory, and in turn, her grandmother's memory provided vivid visual reference for Layla's performance. In the last take, Layla, overwhelmed by surging emotions, began to weep as she continues to rise and fall. The other dancers, all women of color, rushed towards her and helped her get up from the ground. Their eyes were filled with tears. This poignant emotional moment was unplanned, spontaneously arising at that moment precisely because of the mutual activation and interplay between movement and memory that were held and shared by all these women in the space. It was in that moment, time became still, collapsing the past and the present, allowing all the dancers to hold the memories of trauma together and transmuting it into love, care, and resilience. Sometimes, the most profound movement and bodily dialogue is actually conveyed through stillness, simply being there and sharing the space. I'm going to share with you one last example to dismantle some common misunderstanding that one has to be a trained and skilled dancer in order to access this deep level of interpersonal connection through movement. In a recent dance residency in Colorado, world-renowned Japanese artist Aiko Otaki and Chinese choreographer Wen Hui came together to create a new work titled What is War? In this work, the two artists recount their memories of the Sino-Japanese War and the impact on their families in order to challenge the official narrative about this war. In one of the iterations of their performance, Aiko walked towards a projected image of a statue of comfort women in Nanjing. These women, primarily from China, but also other parts of Asia, were forced into sex slavery by the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II. Aiko, standing in front of the projected image, slowly opened her leg and removed her clothes to display her ultimate humiliation and empathy towards these women suffering from the atrocity inflicted by the Japanese government at the time. Standing in stillness, Aiko's bare back became the projection screen that displayed the statue of these women, as if she's carrying the weight of their suffering. Wen Hui, observing Aiko from the side, walked onto the stage with a robe and gently covered her exposed back, as if showing an ultimate respect for a Japanese woman's expression of repentance. Their simple interaction gestures towards healing and melts down national borders. Intercultural dialogue on a corporeal level does not always require spectacularly choreographed phrases. Simple gestures, even stillness, performed with sincerity, can open up a doorway for engaging with painful histories, allowing dialogues for peace possible. In all the three above-mentioned examples, being in motion with another person offers an alternative way of knowing that requires each participant to be fully present, to suspend our preconceived notion or judgment, and to listen actively on the level of the body. Through dancing together as a mode of embodied dialogue, we get to share our own history and experience while being fully open to receiving and experiencing another person on a bodily level. Dancing together in the absence of words as abstraction for knowledge and ideas, we get to open up imagination and bring our awareness from the level of our mind to the level of our body, from thinking and analyzing to being and experiencing. Dance teaches us that a more caring and compassionate world is indeed obtainable, beginning from our interpersonal connection, one dance at a time. Next time, when you would like to learn more about another person's experience or perspective, instead of having a conversation, perhaps you can ask, "Shall we dance together?" Thank you.